There's been no decision by the State Department of Environmental Protection when it comes to adopting a strict safety limit for a contaminant that's been discovered in well water. The state DEP has found itself defending its own research. Environment correspondent Ed Rogers has the story.
In April, environmentalists called on the state DEP to adopt a stricter standard for a substance known as PFOA in drinking water on an emergency basis. The substance, which is used for Teflon and is a stain-resistant, has been called a likely carcinogen. DEP scientists recently developed a guidance level for PFOAs that is the strictest in the nation. It has not been formally adopted. DuPont uses the substance at its Deepwater Salem County plant. The company has tested the well water of 90 homes near the plant. Only one exceeded the federal safety limit, but more than half were above the state guidance level. In a letter to DEP Acting Commissioner Mark Moriello, DuPont officials oppose the stricter standard, saying any suggestion that interim emergency measures are now necessary to protect human health are not supported by the weight of the available scientific literature. Dr. Mark Robeson is the chairman of the state's Drinking Water Quality Institute, a panel that will recommend a safety limit to the DEP.
I feel completely comfortable with that level. It's a solid level. It's based on pretty reasonable data we have, New Jersey's own data as far as levels that were found around the state, as well as other data from the United States, US EPA, CDC, and other places.
Robeson says the EPA safety level currently used by New Jersey is based on short-term exposure.
We look at a lifetime risk for New Jersey. We set our standards over a lifetime, hence the order of magnitude more restrictive.
The research behind the DEP guidance level was reviewed and published in a prominent magazine focusing on the environment and science. In its letter to the DEP, DuPont took aim at the research, saying accepted risk assessment methodology should incorporate analysis of all relevant findings, even if they run counter to the author's premise.
The article's solid. The methodology is solid. Certainly, as more and more information becomes available, that will go into the next iteration of the risk assessment. But I have read the article thoroughly and reviewed it, and I stand behind it. It's a well-written, thoughtful article with appropriate use of the available data.
DuPont has agreed to phase out the production and use of PFOAs by 2015. It appears the PFOA study created some controversy within the DEP. In October 2008, then DEP Commissioner Lisa Jackson wrote to her head of science and research saying she thought the paper should be pulled from submission pending peer review by scientists. The former head of that division responded, saying that the guidance level and paper were already being reviewed. Acting DEP Commissioner Mark Moriello was unavailable to talk on camera today. The department hasn't made a decision yet on whether to adopt an interim emergency safety level for PFOAs. The Drinking Water Quality Institute probably won't make a recommendation for another year. Ed Rogers, NJN News, Mansfield Township.